In this next section, you're going to notice that we're going to do something called add the opposites. Again, one thing to bring to mind is, number one, we don't expand, we actually combine like terms, just like section 2.1, and then also make sure that you divide if you can at the end of the problem. So just a few things to think about while we're solving these problems. Okay, again, very important to do the problems exactly like I show you in the notes, especially when you're doing practice. And you're going to notice that today it says solve and check. So we're going to go back to kind of the old way of doing things. Again, we're going to grab 3x equals parentheses negative x plus 4. Now, again, we're not expanding. The whole idea in algebra is we want our letters or our variables to one side, and I want my numbers to the other side. And you're going to notice that in this problem, we have a 3x by itself, but this right here is next to the 4, and we don't like that. 4 wants to be by itself. So what we're going to do is it's called add the opposite. If this is a negative x, to get rid of it, I'm going to add an x to both sides. So an x or a 1x. Now you're going to notice that these two cancel, and 3x plus 1x is 4x. And that equals a positive 4 because that positive 4 comes down. Now, the next step, what we're going to do is you'll notice that I've got 4x. And so I'm going to divide both sides by the number in front of the x. So I'm going to divide by 4, and I end up with x equals 1. And negative x, which was in the problem, is negative 1. So you want to define both of those. We're going to come over to the other side, and we're going to check. So I have my 3x equals parentheses negative x plus 4. I'm going to take out my x, and I'm going to put in 1. I'm going to take out my negative x and put in 1. Think of it the opposite, if that helps, plus 4. I'm going to multiply, so I get 3 equals, and then I got negative 1 plus 4, 3 equals, and I got 3, and it's a check. Let's go on to the next problem. Again, I'm going to write down the original problem. So 3x equals 2 parentheses negative x plus 15. Now, what you can do on this one, because the 2 and the negative x are next to each other, I can rewrite this as negative 2x. So it's like you multiply plus 15. Again, we want the 15 by itself. So you got the 3x, it's by itself. But that 15 has that negative 2x, and it doesn't like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the opposite. So if it's a minus, I'm going to add it. If it's an addition, I'm going to subtract it. And I end up with 5x equals, these cancel, 15. Now I'm going to divide by the number in front of the x. Again, notice that I'm dividing on both sides. I'm not just drawing a line all the way across. We're not going to do that. Again, what you do to one side, you must do to the other. So I'm going to divide both sides by 5, and I end up with x equals 3, and negative x equals negative 3. I'm going to go over to my check. Again, I'm going to write the original problem. 3 times 3 equals 2. That negative x then is negative 3 from down here plus 15. I get 9 and negative 6. And then 9 equals 9, one step at a time. And that's it for today. If you have any questions, let me know.